Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing another video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know. And in this video, I want to discuss the sample zone. And this is probably going to be a new idea for you. You've never heard of the sample zone, but I think this is going to catch on because a lot of people will identify with the idea once you understand it. The sample zone is when people are naturally inclined to give something away, such as preview of their body, if it's a female, for example, or a man who may be starting a business or trying to start a business, some of his offerings, his work, his, software, music, literature, what have you, content creation, if that's what he's doing. For example, again, sample zone is, it's normal and natural for people to do this stuff to get traction in the marketplace, whether it's a social marketplace or if it's a literal marketplace. The sample zone is to kickstart your network, right? It's a natural impulse where people kickstart their network, and they network with people who are interested, first of all, in their offerings, who are of like mind enough so that they have, realistic prospect, a reason to move forward and explore possibilities and business opportunities or romantic opportunities. But here's an abuse, okay? If you're familiar with my videos, I cover a lot of different types of abuse, exploits, and personal abuses of power. This is just one more of those where people will aim to keep somebody in the sample zone. They recognize the behavior and they'll just hang out in the shadows, in the periphery, while people toil either sensually, trying to find a mate, for example, if it's a female in many cases, or if it's a male, while they try to desperately gain traction in that marketplace, not understanding why people aren't showing up, if they're being blocked surreptitiously, if they're being, if their work is being harvested and sold based on the undisclosed expectation that it was given for free as a sample, right? Oh, it's free. We found it for free, and there's no, there's no copyright necessarily. There's no agreement to not sell it, so we're just going to assume that it's for sale by us. And we're going to perhaps conspire or collaborate to block customers from this person. So they stay in the sample zone, and this is exactly what happens. They sit there, and I speak from experience, unfortunately. They create and they work and they put their back into it. Sometimes if they're a hardworking person, naturally, if they believe in blood, sweat, and tears, they're going to just stay in that zone and create unlimited amounts of really good stuff. And you can actually overclock. If you know what overclocking is, you can get somebody ramped way up in terms of productivity and quality while you just sit there harvesting all their work and sell it surreptitiously as if by magic in the background. And it's even worse, if you ask me. It's especially worse and even criminal, especially criminal, to do this to a female, because she will sit there on camera looking for a mate. It's instinct, right? She'll sit there taking her clothes off in the sample zone with her pimp or her manager, her unofficial Playboy manager or what have you, keeping her in that zone, telling her what needs to be said, feeding her information or misinformation, a paycheck, never letting her really connect with people on a meaningful level. And this is where it becomes rape. It's a degree of rape. It is. Keeping a female in a sexual sample zone, which is only natural. She's supposed to be getting traction at some point. She's supposed to be finding that soulmate per her instincts, per her God-given instincts she was born with. But no, she'll be just kept in that sample zone for financial reasons or personal sexual gratification by her manager or whatever, And this happens. This is the basis for a big part of the pornography industry. They keep these girls in the sample zone. That's the whole point. All right, we use psychology. We're going to use conspiracy, psychology, and creative economics to keep every single one of our employees, official or not, in the sample zone. And we're going to start them off young. We're going to start this behavior modification off real early. We're going to keep her right where we want her, where she's productive and healthy as a horse, but she's not going to meet anybody in a meaningful way. That would get her out of our business zone. So look out for this stuff. It's really nasty, and it's going on everywhere. Men and women alike will fall victim to this if they aren't aware of it. So the purpose of my video is to make people aware of it so that you have the ability to identify it and defend yourself, I hope. Be happy, be healthy, be independent. Reach out, if you like, with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.